quite a bit of work for you. Our next series is going to be some more leg development, what we call rack lunge. You've seen it before, you've heard it probably referred to before. The rack position is one of the core foundational kettlebell positions. It's basically holding your form in this nice vertical position, not leaked over with your wrist as such. You should feel a little bit of pressure on the back of your arm. For men, elbow's going to be locked into your rib cage. For women, you're going to be a little wider for obvious anatomical reasons. As such, we're going to drop step lunge, or with rack lunge with the drop step with this movement. So what we're going to do is drop this same side leg with the kettlebells on. So here's what it's going to kind of look like. I'm going to give you a little bit of a profile. I'm going to keep your front foot nice and flat. I'm going to drop this leg into the movement. I'm going to get my shorts so I don't rip anything. I'm going to drop my left hip towards my left heel, keeping my right cheek very squeezed. And then I'm going to come back up again. Back down, get stable, change elevation, back up. I want to see it from the other side. Here's what it's going to kind of look like. Nice and tall, good trunk posture. The reason, as you can see, you have unilateral loading, which is going to challenge the asymmetry of your trunk. It's also going to challenge you because it's on the front of the body. Because of gravity, obviously, it's going to want to pull you forward, so you're going to have to work this trunk. That's the beauty of the rack positioning, but anything you're doing, work the trunk to hold that proper position, which is basically keeping your trunk nice and vertically aligned with the hips. The tendency, especially when you put that kettlebell in the rack position, is going to be want to go forward. You want to keep tall here to engage the trunk, squeeze your glute, lower the hip. Nice and solid, pressing off the front foot, and then coming up. Okay? So that's our rack lunge. Our next drill is our eccentric sit-up. Move some of these bells out of the way so you can see what we're doing. A little bit wider bell. Eccentric means the lengthening or the slowing down, not the lifting range of motion that you're typically used to. So if you were to do a bicep curl, this would be concentric. This lengthening or letting it down would be the eccentric. Same thing with the sit-up. Concentric is going to be coming up off the floor, eccentric is going to be coming down. So in actuality, what you're going to do here is you're going to start in the up position for the sit-up. And we're just going to work on slowly rolling the trunk down back to the floor. If you need to, if you'd like to, and you can do it with this weight, go ahead and get up off the floor. Obviously, if you have a partner, someplace to hook your feet, that's even better. I'm going to do it without today. If you can't, you're going to go ahead and replace the bell off to the side, get yourself up, grab the bell, and then start the movement again. So let's take a look at what the eccentric sit-up looks like. Nice and tall. I'm just going to use my abdominals to slowly lower myself down, and then I'm going to come back up. Slowly control movement down to the floor, and back up. Try and really concentrate on not just flopping back, flat back to the floor. Something that many of you might want to do is just kind of flop down as such. Guys, you want to kind of roll down, allowing the engagement of your upper or your lower trunk muscles, excuse me, to get a little bit extra work there. Flopping down is really just taking advantage of gravity. You're not getting your full complement of work. Again, as I said, if you have trouble coming up off the floor with that load, set the kettlebell off to the side, get yourself up, regrasp the kettlebell. Again, pretty much holding the kettlebell in what we've looked at in the last couple other instances during this portion of the program in the kind of goblet or horn position, we call that. Our last drill is kind of what we call core integration. And this is what we're going to do is what we call overhead walking. So in order to get into a good position, we're going to start at the kettlebells up in the rack position, and then we're going to go up on overhead. So it's going to be here, and then we're just going to walk. You have to really concentrate on keeping your body nice and tight. You don't want to have any bend in the arms. You want to lock the arms out overhead. You're going to engage the glutes, so you're going to really lock these hips underneath you. Get these back up so you can see it in action. And you're going to be really purposefully stepping. As your heel strikes that glute squeeze, and you're going to walk on off. And that is our overhead lunge. So we've looked at Our strength movement was the heavy goblet squat. Our burn circuit was the five drills that you looked at there afterwards that are all supportive not only to the goblet squat but to the rest of the entire program. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you need to look at more videos, be sure to stop by our YouTube channel or by our website, www.andersontrainingsystems.com. Hope you enjoyed it.